Hi, welcome everyone. My name is Dr. Rahman and welcome to my channel, District Endocrinology. Today is the first vlog from this channel, and this is top 10 signs to know if you have type 2 diabetes. So let's get into it. So the most frequent symptom that you can find is frequent urination. Or in other words, it's called polyuria in a medical terminology. So what really happens is, in type 2 diabetes, when your sugar levels are high, it draws more fluid into the urine and more fluid through the kidneys, and that leads to excessive urination. The first thing is you might start feeling that you're going to the bathroom more frequently than you were going before. So that could ring a bell. And that in turn leads to the second symptom, which is having the dry mouth because you are losing a lot of fluid through your urine, or getting dehydrated eventually. And that leads to a third symptom, which is excessive thirst. So the patients can have a lot of thirst because they need more fluid, and that's the mechanism a body kind of has built in. And this whole thing, because you're losing a lot of glucose from your urine, that leads to a deficiency where the patients will start feeling more hunger because the cells are unable to utilize a lot of glucose because there is less of insulin present. This in turn can lead to weight loss. That is also very frequent symptoms. So if a patient has weight loss and is unable to identify a reason, this should be one of the things that needs to be looked at. So your doctor actually needs to look into it, whether you have diabetes or not. Okay. Other things to worry about: patients can have blurry vision. Excessive glucose, when it is present, it can lead to damage to your eyes, and that can impact long run your vision. So that is also one of the things that should ring a bell. Other things to discuss is, in some cases, excessive levels of sugars in your body can lead to mood changes and irritability as well. Also, another symptom to look for is that you may have issues with wound healing. If there is a skin breakage, it might take more than usual to heal. Since we know that diabetes does affect the immunity system and it decreases the immunity, that can increase risk of having more frequent infections in your body. And it also increases risk of having yeast infections in your private areas as well. So that is something that should ring a bell as well. Other thing I would lastly mention is patients can also have numbness and tingling in their feet, which is one of the manifestation of neuropathy, which is very commonly seen with diabetes patients. So these are the major signs and symptoms that are frequently encountered in patients who are newly developing diabetes. And this is really important because a lot of patients who have diabetes are diagnosed late, and a lot of them are not even diagnosed yet. And they do have diabetes, so watch out for those symptoms, and if you're having those symptoms, bring those symptoms to your primary care provider and ask them to run some tests, which can include fasting blood sugar, which is very simple, or it can include another simple test which is called hemoglobin A1C. So these tests can be used to screen, which are more commonly readily available and very cheap tests, and they can help you get a diagnosis for diabetes a bit earlier than you would expect, because if you are not diagnosed, it can lead to a lot of problems and complications, which we're going to talk about in other videos. Let me know in comments, how do you feel about this video. This is the first video from this channel, and I will start making more, and would love to talk to more people. And thank you so much. So hit subscribe button. Bye bye.